Fine Foods, as it began as one Middle Eastern restaurant in Mississauga, Ontario. The restaurants remain popular while embracing a street halal approach, no pork, no alcohol. The company is renowned for its family-style restaurants, providing entertainment for kids while serving high-quality family-style Middle Eastern food. The Lebanese Canadian entrepreneur is the man behind the Paramount Fine Foods, which started with one location at Dixie and Eglinton in 2007 and has grown to over 70 restaurants throughout Canada and is now the fastest growing Middle Eastern food chain in Canada. Faki founded Paramount Fine Foods in 2006 with the purchase of one nearly bankrupt Swarna shop. Today, the company has restaurants in dozens of states and countries. At age 24, he was officially a gemologist, and from 2002 to 2004, he worked for La Suisse, a watch store. But in 2006, a twist of fate landed him in the restaurant industry. Mohammad Faki, Chief Executive Officer of Paramount Fine Foods, was among the 135 Canadian awarded the country's highest civilian honors for his business and community leadership. Faki has become equally well known for his charitable work through the Faki Foundation. So the chain of Middle Eastern restaurants offer an experience that is unique with an authentic cuisines and environment that is feels like home. All the ingredients are fresh with the most authentic Middle Eastern flavors. Paramount regularly experiments with new offerings and business models and has recently expanded into fine Middle Eastern dining. Their strategy has always been that the customer is the boss. Thank you, and my friend Sachi will explain the rest.
Thank you. So, organization's mission and vision statements actually emphasize the long term objectives and technical approaches. In alignment with it, the vision of Paramount is to become the number one Middle Eastern halal restaurant chain in world. And their mission simply says how they work hard to provide the supreme freshness, the best quality products, the proactive services with an unbeatable dining experience to their customers. Next slide, please. So from these slides, I would like to explain about the goals and related objectives. One of the biggest goal would be to become the most successful and biggest Middle Eastern chain in worldwide. Actually, at the moment, they are the biggest Middle Eastern chain in North America. So they wish to achieve their dream on to be the biggest and the best in near future. Then Paramount's culture is more focusing on giving back to the community, which is interesting. So which also they consider as their motto even. So to prove that they have helped the Canadian Cancer Society, Islamic Relief Worldwide, and some couple of sick kids hospitals by using their funds. So they now aim to expand their charitable actions to a global level. Furthermore, they are more interested in opening different sets of brands that fall under the halal category. So moving forwards with objectives, the first one would be they need to alter the people's idea about the Middle Eastern culture plus their food, because the Middle Eastern cuisine was not that much famous in that time. So they need to push themselves to be the position they wish to achieve in future. Then giving the customers a memorable and distinctive halal experience also would be their one of objectives. Furthermore, Paramount believes that team members are their family, so they strive to offer each new team member a career path that is more appropriate defined for them. Moreover, ensuring the community is also delighted with their presence is one of their objectives. Last but not least, they wish to continue 2% sales allocation to charitable works in Ontario, and we can consider these as some couple of baby steps towards achieving their goal of expanding the charity works to the world. It's over to you, Subhash. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachi. Now moving on with the internal environment of Paramount Fine Foods. Let's first begin with the Belgian of the company. The headquarters is located in Toronto, Ontario. The operations are almost identical in all the outlets in Canada. For the purpose of marketing, they are currently using Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and customers can order online from their website as well. The retail stores of the company are in Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, and in Vancouver. They provide online food delivery, fine quality foods, and catering services as well. Next slide, please. Now I'd like to discuss the store analysis of Paramount Fine Foods. The first strength of the company is that they have a geographic presence in various locations all over Canada. as they can generate a geographical advantage over other competitors in the same industry. They also have the ability to sell food online as customers can order food online through their websites. The delivery is quick as customers can get food delivered within an hour. The uniqueness of the company is that they have a niche target market. The target market is quite small as only a few segments of the populations love Lebanese foods in Canada. The next weakness is that they have no flexibility for pricing because of the competition nearby. The opportunity they can create is to increase the social media presence. And furthermore, the taste of customers keeps on changing, which could be an opportunity for them to increase their reach. And talking about the threats, the government policies for businesses change annually, which is a threat for the company like Paramount Fine Foods. And another threat is that the other restaurants also sell Middle Eastern recipes. And for the further presentation, I'd like to invite Tatiana to explain the external environment of the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhash. So as we know, the best way to analyze the external environment is by the PESTEL analysis. In the political factor, we have that Paramount needs to know about the safety and healthy plan established by the government of British Columbia, also the new regulations done by the city and the province, and finally, they need to be aware of the employees' rights and benefits. For the economic factor, we have that the food cost increased 9.2% compared with last year, and the prices of food in restaurants increased also 6.2%. These two numbers cannot be controlled by Paramount Restaurant, but they can start thinking about new price strategies around this economic factor. Now, for the social component, we have that in Canada and especially in Vancouver, we have different cultures. These people will have different preferences and also different diets. In the technological factor, we have different tools that restaurants can use to improve their performance. For example, the CCTV, different accounting software, also apps that can help the restaurant to improve the customer experience. Now for the environment factor, as we know in Canada is really important the environmental impact. So here is where the suppliers need to have sustainable activities to get, in this case, the chicken, the meat, the fruits, and the vegetables. And finally, we have the legal factor where we can combine here the federal law and also the provincial law. In this case, in order to continue getting the CIFS certification, they will do randomly and actually regular inspections to make sure that they are implementing the safety protocol. Now Naman will continue with the intellectual asset.
Thank you, Tatiana. So intellectual assets are basically consists of patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. A patent is only the actual manifestation of an idea or a procedure that results in anything tangible or that can be sold, qualifies for a patent. Patents are valid for 20 years. Other trademarks aid emerging businesses in establishing a distinctive niche for themselves because they enable a firm to stand out and develop an identity in the marketplace, which makes a trademark significant. Unlike patents, which are only valid for 20 years, copyrights is good for lifetime plus an additional 50 years. Trade secret may occasionally be contractually secured by specific laws and legislations. They can also be any kind of knowledge, including ideas with literary or scientific roots. Next slide. So as you can see here, both of these images are the trademarks for the Paramount Fine Foods. All content on this website is protected by copyrights that belong to or are licensed to the Paramount Fine Food Center, including but not limited to photographs, graphics, audio clips, and video clips. And without the previous written consent of the Paramount Fine Food Center, the use of these materials on any other website or other networked computer system is forbidden. Next slide, please. As you can see here, these are all the brands associated with with Paramount. Paramount operates in three different business concepts. One is the Paramount Butcher Shop, which is primarily located in Lebanon and Pakistan, with one in Toronto. The restaurant concept, the Paramount Middle Eastern Kitchen, includes a traditional sit-down restaurant, predominantly freestanding and anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 square feet. Two-thirds of the locations are under this brand. And the third concept is the Paramount Lebanese Kitchen, which is more of a quick service brand, which is predominantly mainly in business towers, universities, hospitals, and airport. Moving on, Rashid will be explaining more on the business level strategy. Thank you.
Thank you, Naman. Hello, everyone. Hello, Professor, and good evening. This is Rashid, and I shall be discussing the business level strategy of Paramount Fine Foods. To begin with, Paramount Fine Foods has revived the brand entirely, whose existence was questionable at one point of time. The strategy of rebranding and re-engineering the business, the management was able to re-enter the competitive market successfully. The firm strongly emphasizes delivering the quality to its consumers, be it authentic food, culture, or environment. It has created uniqueness by ensuring that the quality is not compromised at any level, and this has led the company to be competitive and increase its market share. Rebranding has successfully created the image of the Paramount Fine Foods in its target market, which is like Middle Eastern cuisines and halal segment, basically in focus. This has helped the brand in creating differentiations and focus on a particular area of cuisine in the food industry. Enhancing the customer experience and providing a cultural feel has been part of the strategy at Paramount. Adequate training has been provided to the staff in providing the services to ensure that the business is meeting the customer expectation, and it has been significantly also important. Lastly, the brand has a robust marketing strategy in terms of in place, basically, as they are engaging their customers across all the channels, be it social or digital platforms. Collecting feedbacks, reviewing, and enhancing the current process has also been an essential to the business strategy. Compelling business level strategy by the Paramount has also been vital in making business competitive, thrive, and expand in the food industry. Thank you so very much. My colleague Prerna will be taking on from.
Well, thank you so much, Rashid. Now, I would like to continue the business level strategy. So, Paramount's business strategy has always been customer oriented. They believe that the customer is boss and goes by the statement, we don't differentiate ourselves, our customer differentiates us. And so, Paramount Fine Foods has actually entered the halal niche market by fusing culinary excellence with cultural traditions with the goal of becoming Canada's largest network of Middle Eastern halal restaurants. Their goal is to give best service and quality to customers. So they go by a concept that is farm to table, so which allows customers to feel assured that they are getting the freshest halal meats as every menu item is made daily. As compared to other restaurants, they have their own butcher shop, as Naman already mentioned before, and they have already also collaborated with Farm and Slaughterhouse, which let them give best service and quality to the customer by giving the freshest halal meat. Also, the company makes sure that each and every employee should be focused on customers. So, every member of the staff is carefully trained by the management team on every part of the service and business concept. Lastly, I would just like to say that there is more to Paramount Fine Foods experience than just food. Thank you so much. This is from our side. If you have any questions, do let us know.